What's going on, my fellow Odooers? Did you know that companies will sometimes charge different prices to different customers for different reasons? It's different. It's kind of true. In fact, at Stealthywood, we do the same thing using price lists that we attach to certain customers. Here, let me explain. Now, for example, we could have special pricing dedicated to our most loyal customers to reward them for always coming back to shop with us. Giving them a deal like this not only increases their brand loyalty, it also encourages other customers to buy more, just so that they can eventually reach that loyal customer status. And sometimes we offer different prices to customers from different parts of the world. For instance, we tend to give our Belgian customers a small discount because it doesn't cost a lot to ship products to them, and because they are also very special people. Also, different regions have different currencies, taxes, and other fun stuff like that. And we need to take all of that into account when pricing our products. We also provide different prices to different customer types. For example, our B2B, for my acronym lovers, or business to business customers have different prices than our business to consumer clients, mainly because our beloved B2B customers typically purchase items in bulk. Now, as I'm sure you can imagine, keeping track of all these prices and customer groups can quickly get out of hand, but not with Odoo's handy dandy price list. Now, these price lists automatically apply the correct pricing to the correct customer every single time, and that's convenience. Now, with Odoo Sales, there are a couple of different ways to approach this. In this video, I'll show you how to set up multiple prices per product, but be sure to keep an eye out basically and check out our other videos on pricing, because then you might learn some more stuff. Now, I'm getting distracted and excited, so let's do something different. Let's jump into our database and see how all of this works. All right, Odooers. So we're basically going to start off on the sales dashboard. Now, the first thing that we'll need to make sure is our price list feature is activated in our settings. So back up to configuration, you go, settings, and there it is. Make sure it's activated. Now we can move forward. You'll also notice that there's two other options beneath the price list feature: multiple prices per product and advanced price rules. As I spoke before, for this video, we'll want to make sure our multiple prices per product option is selected. We'll dive deeper into the advanced price rules option in another video, so also keep an eye out for that. Okay, once that you have those settings ready to go, make sure you hit save and lock them into place. But since we already had everything activated here, we can keep moving forward. All right, now it's time to configure a price list. Now, to do that, we'll need to hop into the price list page, which can be done so by clicking on this price list link right there. All right, once that you're here, you can basically notice that I already have some of them set up. Now, why do I have them set up? Because they come pre-configured. You'll also be able to see each one's name, currency, if it's selectable or not. And that basically means if my customers are able to actually use this price list themselves while shopping, along with the website and company to which it's attached, which are all important attributes. Now, you'll also see a public price list, which Odoo creates automatically and applies to every customer by default. The public price list automatically uses the standard sales price for your products, but it can be customized to fit any needs that you might need at any time, so be sure to keep that in mind. Alrighty, now I want to create a brand new price list for all of my loyal customers to enjoy. They deserve a little price break after shopping with us for so long. So we're going to select New. And now Odoo takes us to a blank price list. And here we can pretty much configure everything to our liking. Now, first, we're going to give it an appropriate name like Loyal Customers, Loyal Odooers. So it'll be easy to reference through the database. Up next, we have the currency field, where we can essentially choose which currency should be used for customers in this price list. This comes in handy for all of our foreign clients. But in our case, this price list will be focused on our American customers, so we can leave it as USD or Freedom Units. Then we have the company field. Now, this is important for those who work in multi-company environments. Here, I could essentially list basically, or I want to select it if the price list should only apply to one of my companies that I've set up with Odoo. In our case, we're actually going to click company because I want to show you something about that. But we're not actually going to just use it for one company. We want it to apply to all of them. So you could select an option here, but we're going to leave it blank. Now, directing our focus to the bottom of the price list form, we find a price rules tab. Now, this is where you will add specific products and customize their pricing for customers who are lucky enough to earn themselves a spot inside of this price list. Now to do that, we're actually going to click add a line, and we're going to basically click the blank field in the product column. All right, let's add our product, which again, I've been talking about it, but it's an office chair. Great. It should also be noted that you can add as many products as you want to a price list. There's no limit, so feel free to go nuts. Okay, now if I click on this internal link arrow icon over here, Odoo will show me the product form for this item. Now here we actually see the regular price of this office chair is $70, but not for loyal Odooers. Let's sell it to them at the low price of $69. Just kidding. 55. We actually want to give them a very stealthily generous discount today. Perfect. All right, and back on the price list form, now that we go back via the breadcrumbs, we're actually simply going to click into the price column because I've stated $55 and this is where you basically put it in. It's that easy. Now you'll notice that I also have the option to select specific variants of the product. If I wanted this price to only apply to a specific version of the item, like an office chair with a very specific color, this is basically where I would select that variant. For example, an office chair with red color, discounted to 55. Boom, we're done. I could also choose to set a minimum quantity, which means customers would have to purchase a certain number of the product in order to enjoy the special price. There's also an option to set a start and end day, which basically means that this price would only be applicable for a certain amount of time. But like I said, I'm in a giving mood today, so let's leave all of that blank, everything blank, and see what's going on in the configuration tab. All right, here we see a handful of other options. And what do? Well, they further customize our price list. Let's see what we have over here. In the country groups field, we could choose to make the price list available to specific groups of countries, but we're going to leave that blank for now. And over here on the right-hand side, we have some website-related options to check out. First, we can choose to have this very specific price list available on a certain website if we wanted, which is already locked in. So that's going to be left as is. Up next, we have the option to make this price list selectable by the customer on the front end. That means any customer would be able to choose to enjoy the benefits of the price list by selecting it during their shopping experience. But I've said this before, I'm only rewarding loyal customers who I think are most loyal. So I don't want that checked off, and you shouldn't either. And lastly, over here, what do we have? It's the e-commerce promotional code section. I could create a code for customers to use during the checkout process. That would unlock the benefits and price attached to this price list. But in our case, I am also going to leave that untouched. All right, we've got our price list configured. Now let's add one of our many loyal customers to it so that this price list can automatically be applied to them. Don't worry though, Odoo makes that whole process super easy. Okay, so basically to add a customer to this price list, we'll need to go to the customer form, which we can find by going orders, customers. Now from here, we're going to remove the default filter and we're going to see all of our customers. Now let's see, who do we want to add as a loyal customer? Oh, Azure Interior, who I've been talking about nonstop. They're definitely a loyal customer. They buy product from us all the time. And to be honest with you, they're kind of obsessed with us. But hey, all the more reason to add them to this price list, right? So we're going to click on them and add them to the price list by going to the sales and purchase tab of their customer record and changing their price list field to loyal customers. And honestly, that's it. I told you it was super easy. Okay, now let's see this sucker in action. So let's jump back over to our sales dashboard and create a new quotation by selecting new. We're going to add Azure Interior, and you'll notice that the loyal customer's price list was immediately added to the quotation. Perfect. That's all that I wanted to show you. Now let's add our office chair, and there we go, doers. What do we see right there? Do we see 69? No, we see $55. And check this out. If we change the price list field over here to public price list and click update prices, then okay. Boom, back to its non-loyal customer pricing. That's kind of bad, but it's not too bad. All right, there you have it, Odooers. You just saw how easy it is to set up price lists and use the multiple prices per product option in just a few minutes. Make sure to watch our other videos on price lists so that you can get the most out of your sales with Odoo. That's all for now, though. See you in the next video. And if you see anybody from Azure Interior, tell them it might be a good time to invest in some new office chairs.